is going to elevate like every average player's skill tremendously. That thing is frightening, but I like it.
Still getting into it.
Me being biased, I would love if this became standard.
Yeah, I really hope it becomes standard.
This feels crazy.
It should be at every tournament. And also, specifically, this should be in every player's house.
Ooh! The strong up air bridge. Thanks, NMJ.
This is amazing. You guys are literally changing the course of Smash history with this right here.
Sorry about that, everyone. I know my mic was acting up 2 seconds ago. I just realized I was talking to myself. Welcome back. This has been a long time coming. I know y'all been wondering when I was going to stream, when I wasn't going to stream, and all this stuff, but we're here. I'm here with Hercule.
How y'all doing?
We've been talking. I've been mentioning this to them for a long time. I know a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions in regards to what is this, how it works, and this sort of scenario. To give you some insight about this, from what I can tell, well, I know this makes your gameplay better, right? It has a training mode. It has the quarter replay, and it can change your controls without even using the built-in change controls for control. And for those who are wondering what it looks like, I'll bring the camera down for you just a little bit, just so you can see for yourself. This little device here, this is what runs everything. This runs, so if everyone's wondering how that works, it runs in, from what I can tell, it runs from your GameCube adapter straight in here, and it's plugged straight into your Switch, which is, I'll zoom out a bit, which is right, give me 1 second, which is right here. Your Switch is just right here.
Right. Power and data both run directly into the Switch.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Which I'm very excited to see for us firsthand on this.
Yeah.
If you want to go into some little detail.
What is it? Cool. So first thing, NMJ. What is it? What does it do? So essentially, it is a GameCube adapter, right? It is one of these, right?
Okay.
The Switch, when you plug this into your Switch, it shows up as one of these, right?
Right.
An adapter. So, difference is, since it's in between the Switch and your adapter, it's able to, try not to use big words, it's able to look at your controller data, analyze it, and spit it back out to the Switch in a way that I don't say it makes more sense, but that enhances it, so to speak. So, for instance, when you have controllers like mine, you've seen this for years, right?
Yeah.
Smash 4 controller, very beat up.
It's been through a lot.
Yeah, it might be hard to see on camera, but yeah, controllers that are no longer usable become usable again, right? They don't replace super nice controllers, like this, right? But they go from not usable to brand new perfect controller. This previously unusable. This becomes usable, right? Becomes like can't even tell screwed up, right? Certainly not better, right? It's always better to have a nice controller, right? Fob or whatever, Smashbox, but just the general health of your controllers, kind of like UCF or whatever, it's just it's upgraded, right?
Right.
And essentially give a little more detail on what that means. So, a lot of controllers have stick drift, right? So especially this one. You
Right.
can see it's
That's part of the reason why I went to the Smashbox. So yeah, I definitely understand that.
literally leaning, right? So these are things that you can see very clearly in software, right? So without going into years of detail on how it works, I can tell the Switch that, hey, every controller that's plugged in is perfect. Everything's aligned perfectly. So it calculates everything the same way every time, right? Because it doesn't know any better, right? It's mechanical, right? So it says, hey, every controller's perfectly aligned. I'm going to set every threshold, right? Smash, run, walk, everything. Same.
Wow.
It's all the same, right? And then I look at your controller and say, oh, it's your C stick's off by this much. Your control stick's off by this much. I'm going to correct it on the way in, right?
So no matter how much this lean, like say in this scenario, no matter how much this leans this way, it will always say it's in the middle of your face.
I'm not going to say no matter what. Like if it's literally
Right,
sideways,
right, obviously,
But
right.
I mean,
if it's been worn down, it's tilted a little bit.
there's a pretty large margin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's good though.
Yeah, it's a very large margin. We have tested it with how many controllers at this point? So many.
I think we did at least 30 plus different controls from different brands.
Sucked like terrible ones. Yeah.
And some of the dumb ones. Like one of the ones I always like to joke about, the one, and y'all probably seen that GameStop, the Play U controller. That controller is like less than like $10 to $15. That controller it's probably the worst controller I've felt. But hooking it up through this, it feels like I'm using a regular game controller, which is the scariest thing to even think about.
Yeah, and it's all it's all software, right? Anyway, that's kind of the base stuff, right? So the more interesting stuff is you can you can put your controls in here in this box, right?
Right.
So that means things like smash stick, tilt stick, tap jump, anything that you can set in the game plus some extra stuff.
Right.
You keep in NMJ, right? It comes with you, not with your Switch, right? And those, we'll call them control schemes, so to speak. They are shared across all 4 ports of your adapter, right? So you can use mine, I can use yours, right? They don't belong to anyone, right?
Right.
So also, you got features, right? These are things like lowering the threshold for your L or your R, and removing or reducing the dead zone to on your control stick, all kind of things, right? We'll go over all that. So you got that. You got the visualizer, pretty simple. Gives you 3 views. You see all the numbers. Your we call it trigger. Your pressure values for your triggers, control stick values. You see all that. What is NMJ outputting to the Switch, right? So pretty simple. That's that. But you're seeing it live, and it's on your computer, and it doesn't involve you like hooking anything up to your computer, right? Well, can't really see, but you kind of see. Yeah, everything is wireless, right? NMJ has its own Wi-Fi network, and the software that it comes with connects to that automatically, right? You don't touch nothing, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to know anything. It does it all on its own, right? So it's essentially wireless, and that's that. Then you got the controller simulator, right?
Right.
That's
probably one of my favorite things.
That's crazy. Yeah. So there's a lot packed in there, but essentially, you can do the manual simulations, and you can also record and playback. Record and playback is capped technically right now to what I think is 2 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's a long.
But
That's a long time though. For like doing combos and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
But let's be real. Like the playback is not 100%, right? I'm gonna say 98, right? I would say after like if you're doing something simple over a long span of time, you do something simple over a long span of time, then it's perfect, right? But if you're doing like something crazy, it's probably going to get out of sync at some point, right?
Right.
Because it will be in the future, but right now there's some like interpolation. There's some like little bit of me guessing what's going on. It's not 100% exactly what you pressed, right? But we're getting there, right? In future versions, right? It'll it'll be a little more crispier. But for Smash, it's more than fine, right?
Right.
The improvements in the future will probably have a bigger impact on like speed running or something, where every single thing has to be frame perfect, you know, every single time. There's some leeway in Smash, so I don't think we like all the times we've used it and everyone else has used it, you don't really feel it because of that. But anyway, a lot more going on there. We're gonna go over all that, but then we get to the lab. The lab is it's actually an online tool, right? It's all of the simulations that you, me, and all the other people that's worked on this have put together and uploaded. They all sit in a cloud database, and the lab pulls them down and gives you a point and click UI to just build your own scenario, right?
And everyone can see that, right? So everyone shares that.
Yes.
So say, for example, my friend in Arkansas has this, right? And he plays, I don't know, Piranha Plant. He shows some crazy zero to death recording thing. And he saves it. The other person who's like in Utah, he can look at, oh, I found Piranha Plant. Let me look at what he did.
I mean,
in theory, right?
Not in theory.
That's like,
I mean, yeah, you know, we've been in New York, right?
Right.
Some of the simulations on there, I asked some of those people in New York to do for me, right? And there they are, right? I use it all the time, right? You know, Esam, we had a stream, had a couple streams, right? And he asked me to do a couple, right? Obviously, we don't live near him, so.
Esam was in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Esam was in Florida, so that's wild to think about.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just data, man, and it's just a tool it's a community-driven tool, and the infrastructure's there, right? And it's more than just, you know, replaying actions, right? You got you can randomize stuff, right? And you can do, you know, we'll get into this. You can do triggers. So that's saying like, wait for player one to press A and then do something, right?
Right.
So for instance, when I did the home run contest, right? It just waited for me to start by pressing Y, right? When I was gaining, I pressed Y, boom, Kazuya went crazy, and you know, did his thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I get how that was working. That's smart.
Yeah.
So for example,
Instead of clicking it and then doing, you know, it was just running.
Like say for example, I'm a player and you have this tells me one thing. So I hit jump with my character right to do a dare. The other player can trigger up here to hit him into my dare.
Exactly.
That is wild to think about.
You got it. Yeah, and there's more, but that's kind of like a overview of what's going on here.
Right. Y'all seen the trailer? Y'all seen us talk about it here? Now I guess now comes the time to show.
Ready to show?
I'm ready to show.
All right.
I'm ready to see this.
Okay, perfect. So.
You want to show them just the program first, or you want to go with the game with the program? How do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's go straight to the program.
Okay, let me make the screen so I can see the program a little bit. Y'all can still hear us too, just so you know. But this is the program for when you want to show.
Right. So this is where you put your controls in, right? You can see A is attack, B special, tilt stick. But what is X?
Short hop.
Yeah. You show the game?
Yeah, well, definitely. I'll show the game right now. Let's go back to, and I'm being an idiot. There we go. There's the game.
Cool. Can we get all three or no?
Oh yeah, we got all three. We got. It's gonna look a little weird, guys, but we had to compensate just so you can see this and this, just so you know. So it's gonna look a little weird at first.
Okay. Anyway, so this part down here, this is basically saying what buttons do you want to use on your game, on any GameCube, to activate this specific control set or scheme, whatever you want to call it, right? So right now this is default controls. I'll go out and back in
show everyone that there's nothing being.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna use no name. It's all right. Everything is default, right?
Right. from what y'all saw, nothing's been changed. Just so y'all know.
Alright.
This is like my favorite part. Like, like seeing this.
Okay, so where's the
The cam. Oh,
where's my? Oh, here we go. Here
I
we go.
got you.
Hold on.
There you go.
Yeah, we're straight. Can you zoom in or just so we can?
Give me a second. I got you. I can make it even better. I can make it better. You want to zoom in? I got to zoom in. It's still showing the screen?
Yeah.
Raise your hand. There we go.
Yeah, I'll turn it like this a little bit.
Cool.
Okay, so, right. Clearly that's smash stick, right?
Right.
Hitting X, Y, full hopping, right? Taunts. Okay, clearly default. So I'm gonna hit, right? See the program says R, keypad left, right? Controller rumbles.
Right.
Now,
Holy crap.
right?
And that's and you saw it. That's without him even having to go changing it. It's just on the fly.
Right. So look, I'm gonna hit X and hold it. Short hop. Right. If I hit Y and hold it, full hop. Right.
And then let you
Yeah.
know that's a legitimate short hop as opposed to hitting an X and Y short hop. That's
Got
built
it.
into the game,
Got it.
which is way different.
The only other thing I have on here is, oh, here's another thing. No tap jump. Right. I'll turn it off. Turn everything off. Right. Tap jump is clearly on. Right. But when I turn on this, right. But you know, still tilt. Still upbeat. Still up throw. Okay. Cool. So go back to just the.
It's the computer thing?
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay. So what else is there? Those are controls, right? These are features, right? So features are things that kind of just didn't fit into the control, the Smash-like control stuff. So, right, these are the ones that I tend to have on when I'm playing. So, left trigger is a button, right? This is where,
I got you. And we can show it like this too if you want to show it. Actually, let's do this. Hold on. You can show it like this. So let's do you. There we go.
sure. Okay, so, turn everything off. So, general, you gotta push the trigger down quite a bit to get shield, right? But when you turn this on, there you go. You like barely, I mean like, you barely touch this thing.
Hold on. I got it. You go.
Yeah.
I got it.
Probably can't read this. This says D-pad left, right, up, and down, run. So you can change D-pad to movement, right? Right, and it can be up, down, all of it. Right.
Give us 1 second.
Oh, true.
That's me. That will help, right? Ah. That's probably a lot easier.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, D-pad, movement, right? Bunch of other things you can do. So turn everything off, right? You got to go like that far to go, to start walking, right?
Right.
You can move the dead zone a little bit and turn that into hardly anything, hardly barely touching it, right? And these are things you can turn on and off at will, right? And there are quite a few features, as you can see. You can map C-stick actions independently, all kind of things, right? We won't go into everything right now, but you can also change, whatever buttons you want to activate this. You just need a minimum of 2, but every D-pad is individual. Every C-stick is individual. So whatever you want, however you want to turn this on and off, that's it. And when you want to change something or add something, you do all that in here, click save, and it will automatically, if it's not already, connect to NMJ Wi-Fi, send it over, boom, it's done. That's it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And the fact you have controls for things that are like, because one of my biggest issues that I've always been mad about, like there's not control, like you can change controls in the game, but each button is always limited to specific things what the game tells you. And I always felt like, and there's a lot of games, for me who come from a fighting game background, there's a lot of games I play where I'm just like, why is every other game I play can change anything, but this game can't?
Yeah.
And you basically solve that issue for people coming in. Because everyone has their own weird control schemes that they play as. But some people be like, I would love to do this.
Yeah.
With Ken or Z or whatever.
I mean, shoot, even adding like tilting to the D-pad, right, or something like that, right?
Right.
Walking and run, like, it's just options that we should have that we don't until now. Anyway, moving on. Mm-hmm. Visualizer, pretty simple. Show it just alone real.
Yep.
So you see it.
Oh, good by some.
Yeah, still a little small. That's all right. So essentially, you get 3 views, right? You get your. So this is your trigger values, right? So I'm gonna hit L, right? It goes to the max.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit R, goes to the max. This is your control stick values, right? The same numbers that are being displayed on the grid, right, are here. Same thing for C-stick, right? So if you think this is also good for debugging, right?
Right.
Because how many places have we gone? People say, "Oh man, my controller's acting a little weird." We say, "Oh, let's hook it up, see what's up."
And it will show us
Yeah.
when they mess up something or whatever.
Yeah, right. When the readings are weird or bad, or whatever, crystal clear, right? So, and then the third most right view is just kind of like a, summary of what's going on, right? So it's showing you the buttons, everything, C-stick, whatever. That's it. Pretty much it, right? And can't really tell, but yeah, this laptop is connected Wi-Fi to NMJ, right? Here it is right here, right? So it's not physically connected to it, right? And you really don't need a nice laptop or anything.
Yeah, this is basically what you're basically using.
This one's okay, but the one where I made it on,
Oh yeah, it's
Trash.
basically a netbook.
Trash.
I remember when you were making it. It was trying.
yeah,
And that's the cool thing. Like, so even if you're running like not the best, like I know a lot of people like, well, you need a game PC. Like you don't need a game PC. You can use your grandma's
Yeah.
PC to use it.
facts. All right, moving on. Simulator. All right. So controller is over there. Cool. So let's do something simple. So we're going to simulate this much to the right for approximately 10 frames, right? Then we're going to add a little break in there. And then C-stick left. Okay. Let me do one thing actually before I do that. Turn this to control. Okay, perfect. All right.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hit play. Let's see what happens.
Give me 1 second. Sorry. That was my
It's all
fault.
good. It's all good.
Cool. I was trying to fix something back.
Ready?
Now go for it. Go for it now.
All right. I'm just gonna hit play. All right.
And that's exactly what it is. It shows the movement here, and then it shows C-stick up here. And
Right.
and it shows it right there, which is cool too.
So you can do this for player 1 or player 2. Really, this is port 1 or port 2, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna hit play again. I just changed it to player 2. Let's see what happens. All right, same thing.
Kind of wild.
All right, now this is the wild part. Let's record. Right, so I'm just clicking this record button. Tells me it's recording. Okay. Perfect. Let's hit play, see what happens. There we go. Yeah.
And I'll move my head out the way too, just so y'all can see like what happened here, because it's nonsense that it showed everything he pushed from beginning to end. And I'll make it like this for you, just so it's easier for y'all to see. Like you can see here, like how I made so this is big, this is small, that way.
Got you.
But every little frame he did, every button push he done from the beginning to end, it shows it, and it saves in playback. And this is cool because for people who don't like, you can type in manually like he did before. And most people like me, I'm not the frame junkie. I just kind of know.
Yeah.
Like even people like Mango are like that. Mango plays, he doesn't really know frame, he just understands how the game works. So if you're a person who just understands, I know if I hit this button and this button to do that, you can record it and play it back and it's safe.
You can experiment, you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Or, guess what? You can save, right?
Right.
You can save all this, every element, every square, all of these can be saved individually as files and uploaded if you want to share it, right?
Right.
Okay, but anyway, moving on. So that's recording, right? So here's the next concept: triggers.
Okay.
What are triggers? So this is how you create a trigger. It's easier to show than anything. So this is essentially saying when player 1 presses A, and this is saying wait indefinitely, right? When player 1 presses A, do some response for player 2, right? So when I hit this button right here, this third button, test trigger, that is saying just simulate flicking the C-stick up on player 2, right? This is how you
happens when you push the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. This is kind of how you to make sure the trigger is what it is what you want before you actually do anything with it, right? So I'm gonna hit test, and then I want to press A. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. We're good now.
There we go. Just gonna press A. There we go. Right. Did up smash.
Right.
Right. So let's make it a little crazier. So you can define where on your control stick will activate this trigger, right? Mm-hmm. So this highlighted area is essentially saying you meet this condition when your control stick is in this area. So we're going to put it right about here. Just click, right? So it's saying control stick's got to be here, and you got to hit A before the response happens. So let's click test, right? So where are we at? Okay, so I'm hitting A, nothing. Hitting up, nothing. But when I hold up and I hit A, boom.
Oh. I hit it.
Oh,
That was me. Dude. I was trying to readjust it.
oh, we do it again.
Oh, you can go over top. Go over.
Yeah, so I'm hitting A, nothing. Hitting up, nothing. But when I hit up, A, boom. you get it.
Right.
Right. So that basically makes it so you can. I don't want to say you can define anything, but next to anything, right? Any condition you can say once this happens, I want X Y Z to happen.
Right.
Right. So this is how we do that. Next we have this guy. So check this out. I'm gonna do a couple of recordings real quick. So record. Okay. Let's do some random. I'm gonna put that here. Let's get rid of that. Get that down. Okay. And then do another recording.
And for those who are just now tuning in, what he's doing right now as he's doing it, every time he records an action, he's putting it part of randomization. So from what I can tell is,
Okay.
once it goes, it should have a chance of be doing one or the other.
Right now it's 50-50, right?
50-50?
So I'm gonna click test. This button says test.
Okay.
Right. So let's see what happens. Right. So that's the second one.
Right.
Second one. Second one again. Okay. Wow. There we go. Finally. Did the other one. Okay. But you can add more than two, right? I could add another one if I really wanted. Right. Alright, something random. Add it. Got to.
And the cool thing about this too, as he's doing this, in the scenario that like you're trying to figure out how to face an opponent, and an opponent that can go into like a bunch of different options,
Right.
you can stop. You can prevent all the options you know in your head.
Right. For instance, like you could make Mario run off and recover in different ways, or not really Mario, but somebody who's hard to edge guard, maybe Wolf, right?
Right.
Or even Sephiroth, or anybody, right? Any condition that's repeatable, right? Just record them real quick, add them to this, right? These are things you can save as well. That's it, right? So essentially, those are all the components of this tool, right? You can add them to this kind of tree-looking thing to kind of stack them, so you can have like, a bunch of triggers and randomizations and simulations that just are running in any specific order to kind of create whatever scenario you want, right? And each one of these paths can have its own independent line of actions, right? So you could have a 5 or 6, level deep, random behavior or whatever, right? Run up and do this move or that move, and then this follow up or that follow up, whatever, right? It can be done, right? And that is essentially it. There's a little bit more here, a little bit of like you can loop things, and you can save. You can save this box. This is the player 2 side. You can save that. You can save them both. You can restart, your training mode right from here. A bunch of stuff, but in general, that's pretty much it. So everything that you create here can be uploaded. Click this, and you just check a couple boxes, add a description, a name, and all that. And once you do that, it goes to this guy.
Oh. What I think is the lab, the training mode.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, for those who are watching, if you have any questions in regards to what we're doing, this is the time to ask. At any point, this is the definite time to ask. Any question, whether it's obscure or not obscure, this is your chance to ask. What does it do? What doesn't it do? Things of that.
Absolutely.
Also, while he's loading this up as we speak now, don't forget to go on getnmj.com right now, and I'll show the site real quick while he's doing this. This would be a good time to go on to help support support and get this, and then you can get at this point. This will be the cheapest you can get before it becomes the official release.
Sure.
And you have, and all the stuff we're covering is shown here. And right now, it's getting slim. There's only a few left of the lower price, so this would definitely be the time to do it, to get it. And people like Sam, Riddles, and everyone else have used it, so definitely check it out if you have not checked it
A lot
out
more than
before.
that, yeah.
But
Cool. So, what is the lab? This is a more abstract tool, right?
I'll show the full screen of this when we go for
Yeah,
it.
instead of seeing, control, instead of looking at like, technical stuff like, graphs and long lists of inputs or whatever, this is showing you, this is giving you the same power, so to speak, but in a much easier to use and digest way, right? So as you can see, right, these things have just names that it's understandable, right? Dash right, dash left, down smash, XYZ, right? And these things do map to actual controls, but you don't see all that, right? That's supposed to be covered in the descriptions, right? And it can be as simple as you want or as crazy as you want. Like here I think we did this together, right? The Kazuya Electric Wind Godfist stuff, right? Right, you can record it, do it manually, whatever you want, save it, upload it, and here it is, right? And essentially the way this works is you click, put these in order of what you want to do. So I want to say dash right, about that much, do a little wait, and then let's do.
One of the things I like seeing about this is the fact that when you're doing it, it's like a sandwich. You can tell, like, okay, from start to finish, this is what it's doing.
Yeah, it's really easy to adjust, right? So, cool. So, about to hit play.
Okay, let's look at this.
Yeah, perfect. So, when I hit play, let's see what happens. And let me read it again. Dash right, 30 frames, wait, and then left tilt or right tilt.
Right.
Right. Twice in a row. There we go.
There's the other one.
There we go. Cool. All right. So, what else can you do? You can ask it to restart on its own, and you can loop, right? So, hit play. Right.
And that 6 represents looping 6 times, right?
No, it's more like looping from number 1 to number 6.
Oh, of the set, there's 6
Yeah.
things that are 1 to 6. Okay.
Yeah, and right now, in the future, I hope to like make it so like you have a setup, and then the loop will just go in where you actually, after the setup, and just keep doing that or something like that. But that's not ready yet.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's that simple, right? And you can make this do whatever you want, right? The funniest one we always talk about is after losing to your Terry, right? Right. I went right away and made Terry jab power dunk
Right.
a million times, and I practiced the SDI till I can get out of it at any %, right?
Right.
And I looped it over and over until I got it right, and to this day, it's not an issue, right?
Yeah, and my ego, and y'all see me how my ego goes on this channel a lot of times. Like when people deal with the jab and power, they take it and they like, but not much of a choice in that matter. But seeing you tell me come over, I can get out, and I was like, it's a fluke that you got out. And since then, every time we play, you get out like 90% of the time.
Yeah. So, but what else? What else is there? Right. Let's try something. So we're gonna go for triggers, right? So we're gonna say you can search as well. So I'm gonna say wait for player 1 to do a grab. Basically press Z, and then wait for player 1 to essentially up throw. You know what? Let's make that down throw. Right? So once those two things happen, we're gonna add a little weight. Say, tell the computer to, or the second controller to DI left or right. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Just to make it kind of dramatic, we're gonna put on a lot of percent so you can really tell.
Almost 200. Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. So hit play. There we go. See how it's purple?
Right.
Right. That means it's waiting. Right. It's waiting for me to hit Z, and then once I hit Z, it's gonna wait for me to like go past the. Do that. Try it again.
Well, at least we know what trigger. Like,
Yeah. I did not mean to actually hit it.
trigger.
So, boom, boom. There we go. That was clearly DI out or right.
Right.
You know what? We're gonna change this to up throw. Maybe it'll be a little clearer.
DI hard left. 50 frames. Okay.
So there we go. See
Oh,
that?
okay.
Clearly to the left, right?
Right.
Clearly to the left. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do too. We're gonna put in a weight, and then a restart and a loop. So I have to keep pressing this. There we go. That's to the right. Restart. Right. So why is that useful though? Because first thing I used this for was inkling, right?
Right.
I got to a kill percent with the character, and I did up throw. I made it DI left and right, or I think I did or mash some attack, right?
Right.
Right. You can make it do whatever you want, right? And that helped me, forced me to learn the timing to not only track the DI, but get the timing to get the true up throw up air, right?
Right.
And it took a little while, but you know, but this is essentially, you know, how you do that kind of stuff, right? There's so many. It's an infinite amount of things you could use this for, right?
Right. And this is one of those things I do like, where it's like, because as everyone knows, and as you know, I play like 1,000 fighting. And when I mean play literally everything known to man. The ones that people care about, like Street Fighter, Tekken, and of course, the unheard of ones like on Ambu, Fighting Herds, and of course Smash. People know about that too, but I like seeing that there's definitely been, I can tell there's been a lot of love put into this and everything, because this is essentially something that Smash should have, but it's even on a bigger scale. Like, this is something like almost every fighting game has, but Smash doesn't have it. And the fact that this has it, and you don't have to do anything crazy. Like, all you do is like plug, and it works. Like, I don't have to hack it. I don't have to get no crazy mod or anything. It's just there. And
Watch.
what is that?
But look, I just wanted to show that, right? When you hit cancel, it's like, it's almost instant, right?
That's for 2 frames.
Yeah, approximate, right? It's
Oh,
not.
yeah,
It's not perfect.
Oh.
It ain't perfect.
Oh, I'll show. You gotta show that. Do it again. You gotta do it again. That's wild to even look at. That's crazy.
And then cancel.
That's bonkers. Every time I look at it, it looks bonkers to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's it. I mean, it's a lot more than that, but that is essentially, that's the starting point, right? So.
And the funny thing is, I was using this the other day. Now, I screwed up personally, so I know this ain't going to work. But if I remember correctly, since this is still saved through the clouds and everything,
Yeah.
right? I attempted to do something, which I screwed up on. I know I screwed up. So if I play, I know it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But the fact, if I go under, hold on, let me see. I think it's under.
Did you upload something?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
It should say something. It should say jab.
Look, man, look. You can search right there.
Oh, so I can just do this. I go back. I type in jab. I think it was no. I might not save the problem.
Did you save it or upload it?
Oh, you know what? I think I saved it,
Okay, that's all good.
but didn't upload.
Yeah.
That
So I'm
might-
glad you brought that up. Everything that you see right here is not on this computer. It's not local to this computer, right? This is coming from the internet, it's coming from the cloud.
Yeah, I didn't save it. I think you know what
You
I
didn't
did?
upload it.
I saved it, upload, but I didn't do the other thing. Okay, that's what I didn't do.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all good. So, do we want to show how this works and something else?
Like another game?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the viewers, and I think when we do this portion, I think we should restart just so we can change the name a little bit. I think showing this in Rivals, I think will definitely be a thing everyone will love to see.
You want to do that?
Yeah, so we'll be right back. We wanna stop the stream, but we're gonna restart so we can change the names and stuff, so it'll be Rivals and whatnot. So I'll see y'all soon. Give us a second.